So he begged me to come outside, wouldn't leave me alone until I said yes. When I finally did, I got to his car in my neighborhood, and his friend was there. His friend was drunk and said he was just going to walk around. I didn't see a problem with that until he came back to the car while I was hooking up with the other one, and he asked if he could join in. He opened the door asking. Before I could say no, which I was going to say, the guy I was hooking up with moved me. He just grabbed me and moved me, as if they planned it. And I didn't have sex with the one that asked to join in, but he did still do things to me, and I felt like I didn't have a choice. I felt uncomfortable. I didn't want to even have sex in the first place, and he wanted to leave me alone. So they both later on apologized to me for what they did. I forgave them, but I told them that it was something that will stay with me, something I can't forget about what they did. So that's my personal experience with sexual assault and rape. I will now start talking about suicide. Suicide is very, very serious. I have been suicidal myself, and it's definitely a hard thing to go through. The first time I ever attempted killing myself, I was 10 years old. I took 104 Tylenol, which should be very deadly. Somehow, nothing happened to me. I didn't get sick. I didn't have to go to the hospital. Nothing happened. I woke up the next morning fine, and I went on with my life. Middle school got depressing. I, at 13, started to cut myself. It was a trend in my middle school. A lot of people began cutting themselves. It was weird. After that, freshman year, I began burning myself. I also tried killing myself that year. I tried cutting myself a little bit too deep, and then I also took pills, Vicodin, that I tried overdosing on, but didn't. I tried a few times since then, getting creative in my ways. One time I even tried bashing my head into the bricks of a friend's house that I spent the night outside of because I didn't have a place to live. I've been through a lot, but I got through a lot. Now things are weird. I'm happy. I'm more stable, to say the least. But things get hard sometimes. I don't have a family. I'm very lonely, and sometimes that's really hard to deal with. Sometimes I even consider killing myself now because I feel like it would just make everything so much easier if I weren't here. And that's how I feel. I feel like I have a hard time expressing to people that I feel this way, that I feel like when they blow me off, or when they talk behind my back, or they act like my friend when they fucking aren't, it hurts me, it destroys me, especially when people have been doing that who was supposed to be my family when I lost mine. I feel like a lot of times that I have no one, and I have a hard time finding people to turn to. While I know it's not true that I don't have anybody, because I do have a lot of good friends that I do appreciate and love very much, I try not to put my problems on them. Lately, I've been having a hard time. I moved into this new apartment, which has made things much harder. It's the loneliness is killing me. I don't know. I feel stuck. I feel trapped, and I feel like everyone's just gonna walk away. That's something I'm personally trying to get over, because I know that killing myself can't be an option when I have made it this far and I've gotten through so much. Depression is a very hard thing, but there are ways to recognize it. I know that sometimes I stop wanting to do things that I enjoy when I'm depressed. I shut down, I stop talking to people, I push people away even. Part of it is just that I need somebody to help me, to love me, to be there. And other times, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. It's very serious, though, when you want to die. It's very serious when you're breaking down, crying on your floor, praying to a God you don't believe in to take you out of the world. It's very serious when you've had multiple attempts and half of those attempts people don't even know about. It's very difficult to feel alone. And I feel like a lot of times that's why people do decide to kill themselves. And I think that people need to learn to be nicer to each other and more accepting and more loving. And people need to check in more on each other. If you have people you care about deeply, I suggest you reach out to them and let them know. Because everyone wants to feel appreciated and everyone wants to feel loved. And I feel like a lot of times that's all it takes to talk someone out of doing it. And I'm not everyone. This is my own personal story. This is my own personal everything. This is my own personal beliefs on the topic. But something's got to change. We have to do more to stop sexual assault, and we have to do more to stop suicide, because they're both problems. And I, a 20-year-old girl that grew up with so many opportunities and so much education on these things, this stuff still happens to me. And it's happening to so many. And something needs to change. I guess that's really all I have to say. Thanks for watching.